Hi, my name is Elizabeth and I will present about sentence structure. Sentences are nice little package of words that come together to express complete thoughts. We can categorize sentences based on different criteria, and one way to categorize them is based on their structure. So here is three sentence structure. Number one is simple sentence, number two is compound sentence, and number three is complex sentence. Let's go to the first sentence, which is the simple sentences. Simple sentence contain one subject and one verb. For example here, Elizabeth and her friend played badminton in the evening. Elizabeth and her friend is a compound a compound subject, and played badminton is a verb. So another example here is the boy smiled and nodded. The boy is a subject, smile and nodded is a compound verb. And the most simple sentence we can use is, for example here, Grace opened the door. Grace is a subject and open is a verb. So that is the example for simple sentences. So the second one is compound sentences. Compound sentences is a combination of two or more independent clauses. So independent clause is a complete thought, and the combination of two or more independent clauses is joined by coordinating conjunction. For example of coordinating conjunction is so, for, and, nor, but, or, and, yet. So let's see the example. Melissa decide to go to the salon, so Russell went out to play football. Melissa decide to go to the salon is a simple sentence or an independent clause that combined with Russell went out to play football. So it was joined together using so. Melissa decided to go to the salon, so Russell went out to play football. Second sentence is Mary loved to dance and she also good in singing. Mary loved to dance. Mary is a subject and dance is a verb. And she is a subject, good in singing. Singing is a verb. So it combined together using and. Mary loved to dance and she also good in singing. So the third example here is we plan to go for holidays, but we have to choose. It is between Damai Beach Resort or Sematan Beach Resort. So here we have three independent clauses. We plan. We is a subject and plan is a verb. It is combined by but. We have to choose. We is a subject and choose is a verb. It is between Damai Beach Resort or Sematan Beach Resort. So next we will see the third sentences structure, which is the complex sentences. Complex sentences is a combination of independent clause and a dependent clause. What is dependent clause? Dependent clause is not a complete thought. For example here is when the cake is brown, take it out from the oven. When the cake is brown is a dependent clause. It is not a complete thought. So it will combine with independent clause, which is take it out from the oven. Take it out is a verb. The oven is a subject. Another example is when he won the reward, everyone cheered. When he won the reward, it is a dependent clause because it contains subject but there is no verbs. And everyone cheered is a dependent clause because everyone is a subject and cheered is a verbs. So that's it for sentence structure. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum Sahanafi. My name is Nurul Nadira binti Asri. Now I will to continue topic relative clause. First, what is relative clause? Relative clause is combined to almost short sentence. Describe more about the people or thing that they are talking. Divided into two defined relative clause and non-defined relative clause. Next, defining relative clause is describe sentence in detail, used to define and identify the person or thing that describe them. Example, do you know the girl who just spoke to us? Or he was the man tired to talk to me last Monday. Defining non-relative clause is just like define relative clause but extra information about something. Do not really need to know extra information to understand what the other people saying. Example, the cupboard that I used to put all my clothes are from IKEA. Next, example of relative clause is who, where, which, that, when, whose. After object or subject can come after the subject or object of the sentence. Cannot change the relative noun. This is example sentence clause after object. First, I bought the towel you are using right now. Second, I'm driving the car which my father owns. Example clause after subject sentence is first, the man who is a doctor is my neighbor. Second, the present which at the corner of the room is for you.
Hi and Assalamualaikum to all my fellow friends and to Sir Hanafi. Today I would like to present about noun clause. Maybe you guys are wondering, right? What is noun clause? Okay, a noun clause is a dependent clause that serves as a noun. Noun clause can function as a subject or object in another clause or phrase because it is often used as a noun. The noun clause is usually replaced by the pronoun it. Subordinate clause or dependent clause need to be connected with the main clause to complete the sentence. Noun clause cannot be modified for a noun. Noun clauses can be a direct direct subjects, objects, indirect objects, predicate nominative, and object of a preposition. Let's look what is a direct object, direct subjects, objects, indirect objects, predicate nominative, and object of a preposition. So this is a definition of the subject. Subject is referred to a living thing such as like she or he. Direct objects, which is something that act by the subjects. Indirect objects, it is referred to whom, for whom, and for what. For the predicate nominative, it is a word to rename the subjects, such as like she is a monster. Next is, look at this example. You are able to know what is a direct and indirect object. This is a predicate nominative. It is a if a form of to be does not appear as the linking verb in the sentence, you will need to replace the existing linking verb with an appropriate form of to be. For example, Miss Brody became our teacher. Miss Brody was our teacher. So you can say that our teacher was Miss Brody. So how to forming a noun clause into the question? First of all, you need to analyze noun clause through the interrogative construction, which is from the question. Remember, only finite noun clauses can be formed from the question. Finite noun clause can be main clause or subordinate clause. It must have a verb to show whose tense in a sentence. So, this is a type of noun clause. It will start with if, whether clause, such as like it begins with if, for example, the teacher wants to know if the student understood the formula or not. Okay, the next one is it begins with a question word, for example, where, what, who, when, or who. I don't know who she is. Okay, next is the clause with if or whether. Yes or no can be used as noun clauses. If or whether are used to begin such clauses. The subject must come before the verb. Auxiliary verbs add to the form the question are not used in forming noun clauses. So, if the noun clauses with that, I believe that everything happens for a reason. I know that the students studied their assignment. If the noun clauses will start with if or whether, you can see, I don't know if my sister is at home. I don't know whether my sister is at home. I don't know whether my sister is at home or not. Okay, what is subjunctive clause? Okay, subjunctive clause, it is a verb that used to express a condition which is hesitant and not realistic. Subjunctive verb can be single or plural based on the sentence. Okay, if we look at the example, subjunctive mood was, were, or were. The subjunctive mood is used in if clauses with the verb to be. It's used to express something contrary to fact, such as a wish, a suggestion, a comment, or a condition. Okay, let's look at the example. I expressed the hypothetical situation. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Okay, were was a subjunctive mood. Let's look at another example. I demand he lower his sword. So this also, the demand is also the subjunctive mood. Thank you. Hi and Assalamualaikum to all my fellow friends and to Sir Hanafi. Today I would like to present about thesis statement and topic sentence. Okay, what is thesis statement? Thesis statement is it helps the reader to identify the purpose of the essay that wrote by the author. Thesis statement is important to support the main ideas whenever you write the essay. Okay. The next one is use past statement to support your ideas because every paragraph will support each point based on the use statement. Okay. Okay, for the this is example for the past statement. Okay, past statement is a taking the time to learn a second language has a lot of advantages. Okay, as you can see, this such as improved brain function, career opportunities, and greater cultural understanding is a past statement. It helps the reader to identify which paragraph that have a that contains these informations. Okay. Based on the past statement, you will be able to write about improve if you are the author. If you want to read if you want to read an essay, based on the past statement, you will be able to write about improved brain function for paragraph 2, career opportunities for paragraph 3, and greater culture understanding for paragraph 4. As usual, for the paragraph 1, you will start with your thesis and your introductions. For the fifth paragraph, you will write about the conclusions of the topic. Yes, okay. This is a topic sentence. The reader will find out the main points in every paragraph. Okay. The reader are also able to focus on one topic at every paragraph. And next is the topic sentence need to relate. It must relate your paragraph with the thesis statement. The next one is it cannot use past statement. Okay. Remember, after you have done your topic sentence in your paragraph, every sentence in your paragraph should be related in some way of topic sentence. The topic and the controlling idea are two elements for a good topic sentence in your paragraph. Okay, this is the example. The topic is a subject of the paragraph. Okay, what is the controlling idea? Controlling idea this limits the topic and shows the reader how the writer feels about the topic, and how the writer will limit the topic. What is adjusting to Canadian winters? This part of the sentence tells the reader the paragraph will be about adjusting to Canadian winters. This is the topic, which is subject. Has been a real challenge for me? Then it tells the reader that this has been a challenge. This is the controlling idea. Okay. Let's look at the example for thesis statement and topic sentence. Okay. For the thesis statement and topic sentence are similar in some way. For example, there are full sentences that communicate a full idea. It cannot be not a full sentence, because how people can improve the employer ability. They should state or show rather than announce the main idea. And this essay will discuss the importance of learning anew. So you cannot do this. Okay. Next is they explain what the main ideas are of your essay of the paragraphs. So you can see in this slide, learning a second language can be a helpful way to improve your employability, cultural understanding, and ability to communicate when you travel abroad. Okay, from the helpful way to improve your employability, cultural understanding, and ability to communicate when you travel abroad is a topic sentence. Okay. Even a basic language course can improve your ability to communicate abroad. This is a thesis statement. Thank you.
My name is Ita Shomaira, so I will continue with opinion essay. Introduction. What is opinion? An opinion is a judgment, viewpoint, or statement that is not conclusive rather than facts which are true statements. A view or judgment formed about something, not necessarily based on fact or knowledge. What is opinion writing? When you need to write an opinion essay, you will be trying to convince or persuade reader of your own opinion or belief. You will be naturally taking a position for or against a topic. Example of daily life opinion: book or movie review, commercial or advertisement, billboard, politics opinion, work opinion, learning opinion, and food opinion. The purpose of opinion writing is to support a cause, create change, call people to action, and persuade people to agree with you. The parts of opinion essay is introduction, and in introduction we have thesis statement, and next is the body, and the last is thesis statement with conclusion. How to make a successful essay topic? You must have a strong feelings about your essay, prior knowledge on your topic, and find support for your arguments. The example of good topics is fast food versus homemade food, should smoking and vaping be banned, should students be allowed to use smartphone in school.
Hello, my name is Nurul Aini binti Jamaluddin. Now I would like to continue compare and contrast. Definition: compare, show how two or more things are similar. Contrast, show how two or more things are different. Note: in common communication, compare is something used to also about difference between two things. How to reaching point for discussion. First, determine your emphasis on similarities, differences, or both. Second, determine the major focus of your paper. Third, make sure you treat the same or similar elements for each subject you will discuss. 5. Do not discuss entirely different elements for each subject. That means the difference between 1 and 2 have to same thing. Example, novel A and novel B. It discuss about major characters, minor character, and theme. Do not discuss entirely different elements for each other subject. Example, novel A and novel B, they are different about 1 and 2 content and 3 content. Topic sentence pattern. This is different to how to start the sentence. Example, there are several different or similar between high school and college. 2. American home and Japanese home are different in many ways. Example 3. A comparison between A and B was some surprising.
Assalamualaikum and hi to all my fellow friends and Sir Hanafi. My name is Najan Rosakila. I'm from Den 68. Today I would like to share with you guys what is skimming and what is skimming. So actually this type of skimming and scanning is a reading method. It's a very useful for the student like us. Okay, let's go through one by one. Skimming and scanning is actually a reading method, which is we will read from the text to understand and gain the information quickly. So what is skimming actually? Okay, skimming is a reading technique which we will read from the text rapidly to understand and gain the information quickly. This technique is very useful and important for the student, especially during examination week, because we will have a pressure what we wants to read, get it right. So we can do this type of method to get the informations. So how we want to do a skimming techniques? It's not as hard as you think. First of all, you need to read the title because we want to enjoy the information that you want to receive. The secondly is read the topic sentence. Basically, this topic sentence always at the first paragraph. The author will write this topic sentence because they wants to convey what the information that they wants to tell us. The next one is read the subtitles, because subtitle it is a clear indication for a reader to receive the information for the next paragraph. So this is like a guideline for us to know what the next paragraph informations. The fourth one is if the author give a chart or pictures, you can take notes from that because it helps you to gain the information quickly and rapidly. So you just focus on that because it more easier rather than you look at the paragraph. The most important one is you need to read the last paragraph because at the last paragraph the author will summarize all the topics that they wrote. So do not skip the last paragraph. So what is scanning? Okay, State scanning is a method where the reader will only focus the information and will focus on the specific information. Okay, let's look how we want to do a scanning. First of all, you need to identify the information that you want to search first. For example, you are curious about the substances in the food that you are eating. So you only focus on the substances at the back of the packaging of the food packaging. You will not focus at the non-particular things. The next one, if you want to go to the class at 8 a.m. So you will, when you want to go to the class at 8 a.m. by bus, you will look at the bus schedule for 8 a.m. only. So the next one, guess or find how the information that you are looking for will look alike. For example, you want to find how many days that took for last week based on the article. So you only looking at the days, how many days to last week. The third one is find the subtitle in the article that might give the point for the information that you are looking for. For example, you want to improve the communication. So in the article, you only find out the dialogue on the article. So you only focus on that only. Okay, that's all from me. Hi and Assalamualaikum to all my fellow friends and to Sir Hanafi. Today I would like to present about making an inference. So maybe you guys are wondering how is inference, right? So what is inference? First of all, inference is what you read between the lines in a paragraph that wrote by the author. Inference are how the author gives their view and suggestions about the topic that has been wrote by them through point or paragraph. After the reader reading the author works, they are able to infer what the author tried to imply to the reader. Next is the author wants the reader to understand their each and every words in order the reader can make their own conclusions seem like what the author tried to imply. What we can see in this slide, after we are reading all the paragraph, all the topic in the paragraph, we are able to make conclusions, and we can know what the points that the author tried to imply to the reader. Next, is it difficult to do inference? So let's go through one by one. Okay, first of all, you need to look at the clues that have been given by the author in the lines of the paragraph. It will be more easier to you if you can find the point that have been wrote by the author. Next is you must recognize the point that has been written by the author. The third one, try to make a question when you're reading. For example, why this happened? Why? That's the points. That you need to do a question. Next is make the conclusion based on your understanding after read the author works. Lastly, you need to list the relevant details based on the information that you get from the paragraph that you has read. Okay, you must remember these three. First of all, you need to understand the contents and information that has wrote by the author. Next is after you read the paragraph, you will be able to infer the conclusion of all the information that has been written by the author. And lastly, combines all the information that you are understand from the notes. Thank you. Okay. The next one I would like to present about homonyms, homophones, and homograph. Okay. What is definition of the homonyms? Okay. If you can see on this slide, homo means similar and nyms means name. So it is a similar name. Homonyms is referred to the words that have same spelling or sound, but it have a different meaning. A more restrictive or technically definition sees homonyms as words that are simultaneously homographs and homophones. For the example, pen. It could be a tool to writing, or it could be an enclosure area for keeping animals. Next is homophones. Okay, what is homophones? Homophone is the words that pronounce same but different spelling and meanings. If you can see, this is homophones that are spelled the same are also both homographs and homonyms. Homophones that are spelled differently are also called heterographs. Okay, this is the example for the homophones. Okay, as you can see, allowed, which means it cannot do in that area, and this allowed, which means a sound. Okay, the next one is homograph. So what is homographs? As you can see on this slide, homo means same, such as like homonyms just earlier, and for the graph means word. So it have a same word, but have a different meaning. So homograph is a word that have a same spelling like another word, but the pronunciation and meaning between these words are different. Okay, don't confuse with the homonyms. Okay, for example, this is a ruler. So a tool used for measuring length, and ruler is a king or queen. Queen, which means a rule for a king, a rule from the king or queen. Okay, another example you can see this have a similar letter, has a similar spelling and pronunciation, but have a different meaning. Okay, letter, there's a letter for you, which means you want to give or receive something, a piece of paper from your pen pal. Okay, next is a letter is of alphabet. Next is lived. This is life. This is a minute. It's a novel. It's a novel. It's a right, which means they think that they not do not do not do wrong things, and this is a right, which means turned. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.